Hi, I'm Brianna Medeiros, and I am the Community Engagement Manager for CIEE High School Study Abroad programs. Sending your teen abroad for summer studies is a big step that CIEE wants to help you feel prepared for. I am joined today by Matthew Redmond, the Vice President of High School Outbound Programs, to outline why it is important to have a serious conversation with your teen before travel and what you should say. So thank you for joining me, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Brianna. It's nice to be here. It's one of my favorite things to talk about for parents.
Yes, and it's an important thing. Thing. So why is it important for parents and guardians to talk to their teen about safety before they travel?
Yeah, so safety and difficult situations that teens may encounter when they're abroad, it's a very real topic. These are real world programs. Students are going abroad. They're going to be with other teens from the US. They are teens. They're going to seek out encounters with other people locally. That's the whole idea of going abroad, so that they can learn about other places, other people, and experience those firsthand. That necessitates that they are prepared to make good decisions and that they have thought a little bit before about those situations that they may encounter. So having parents do that in a safe environment, in a comfortable environment, in a practice environment before they go home, it's a super useful tool that really prepares teens well for a study abroad experience. So we highly encourage discussions that are open about challenges, about potential pitfalls that the teens may encounter, and so that's the important. It's basically an opportunity to practice.
Yeah. It's definitely, preparing your kids for a big real world as you're sending them out into it to navigate it independently, right? So what are some things that parents should discuss with their child before they depart?
Yeah, I think principally it's safety is the biggest concern, and it's the biggest thing that's overlooked. While CIE has policies, procedures, staff in place that can help teens stay safe while they're abroad, help them to make better decisions, the teens have to make decisions for themselves. They will be in situations where they are in charge of what is going on in their lives. And so one is physical safety. It's important to really think about what kind of situations people may encounter in crowded subways, for example. What would you do? How do you keep your physical being safe? What do you do if someone encroaches on your space in a way that's uncomfortable? What are different techniques that you could use to kind of help remedy the situation or ask for help from a nearby adult or a fellow student? Those are examples of situations that could be walked through from a physical safety perspective, and also physical belongings, making sure that your important things are either not with you, they're in a safe place at home, helping the teen to think about that and internalize that, or that if you do have to carry your passport or your credit card or your camera or your valuable phone, that those are in places that are protected on your person, so that you don't have any bad surprises. Like, we don't want that. It makes the whole trip harder, and we really want the students to be prepared for that. Another really important topic to really go over is talking seriously about drugs, alcohol, life-altering decisions, having sex abroad, getting tattoos. Those are all different, very high impact decisions that students really need to think through ahead of time. While we know that teens like to experiment, they like to do things, when you're 4,000 miles away from home, 2,000, 1,000, however many thousands of miles away from your home your summer experience is going to take you, that is not the time to experiment. It's not the time to push rules. Rules are in place for safety. Whether they're laws or not laws in the local place, we enforce that students cannot drink, they cannot do drugs, they cannot have sex and make life-altering decisions while they're on program. That is for student safety. It's for the safety of the group, the benefit of everyone on the program, because we have experience with this. We see when these decisions are made poorly abroad, they can have outsized impact. It's not the same thing as getting a phone call from the police department in your town. If you're abroad, you break a law, there are consequences. And once you've broken a law, CIE can do very little to help with that situation. And so that's a very important thing to go over, to really emphasize the consequences that are possible. And I really recommend some role playing in those situations to try to think about what could happen. What if someone offers it to you? What if you encounter a situation that's uncomfortable or potentially illegal? What could you do? It helps them to have already practiced it in their minds, to have gone through it and to have thought about it. Just thinking about it ahead will get them a step up. If they've talked about it orally with an adult, that gives them another step up. So those are 2 steps that you can really do to prepare your teen.
For sure. And I think that leads into my last question, which is peer pressure, right? Teens are highly influenced by other teens and the decisions and the opinions of the teens around them. So how do you recommend that students handle peer pressure on program?
Yeah, it's totally true. We know that the main decision-making driver for teens is how they will feel socially, how they will be accepted by their peers. Is chemically one of the strongest drivers in a teenage brain. And so it's important to talk about that, to practice it, role play, and to realize that they can support each other. So being the one to be brave in a situation that's difficult, where others are making poor decisions, often others are questioning that decision too. And that creates an opportunity for that bravery to really shine through and to really help their friends. And so by helping make a good decision, it is very difficult. It is not something that's easy, but when it's done, it really can turn the tide. And so being the one in a group to make a good decision can completely change a situation. And so they should know that ahead of time.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Matt, for talking to us today. And just a reminder to parents that preparing your teen for the trip abroad is about more than just getting passports and packing lists, right? So CIEE encourages you to have open, honest conversations with your teen before they embark on their program, to really reinforce the importance of making good decisions, following program rules and country laws of the place that they are studying in, and considering their safety at all times. These are factors that are paramount in them having a successful experience that they enjoy to the fullest and remember for years to come. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Brianna. I appreciate it.